Peace, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to the podcast. And the title of today's podcast is Biblical Education. How can I make money with your help? Well, it's simple. It's called support people. Now, I'm currently broadcasting on Israel Doctrine, Mali Travels, and YouTube Streets, Infomob, because I'm reaching out beyond America. I'm reaching out to Africa, to be exact, Uganda, Africa. While I spoke to a lot of people over there about helping them with their schools and this, that, and the others and stuff. So I'm currently on my wife YouTube page, Mali Travels 2024. Go subscribe to that if you're in Africa or America. I am a shadow operator over there. I'm out the shadows now because I'm speaking. But I would like to share a little something with y'all. I just doctored it up. And I would like to share it with y'all to let y'all see how this works. Because like I said, I'm a YouTuber. Been a YouTuber for a while, and I've been trying to get the world to get in tune with what I've been doing and help me make money. They won't help me make money because they run in an alternate system, like an alternate universe on YouTube. It's called the dirty sector, where they dirty up my narratives and lie about me and make up stories about me. And as I tell them, don't lie about me and I won't tell no truth about you. But they all little drakes and everything, and they get the line about me and I get to tell them the truth about them. But with that said, let's get into the program.
If you have no money and no resources, use the Israelite Christian pigeon selling mindset. Their money-making methods are so advanced you can't even imagine. No wonder only Chinese people don't resent them worldwide. An Israelite Christian person once said that Chinese people don't know how to do business. Everyone just crowds into the same industry.
So everybody crowds into the same industry. It's the same thing with the Negro black in America. Same thing with the Negro black in America. They come on YouTube and they create a dirty section when I already created YouTube Streets, but they got mad because they couldn't steal it or take it because I'm not ignorant. I knew to copyright and to do everything to my business before I ever came on YouTube. So everything with Israel Doctrine was already solidified before I even made it on YouTube. And they knew it was a business and they knew what was going on. So they sabotaged what I was doing.
Let me give you an example. One Israelite Christian person opens a mall, and the business becomes successful. Then another Israelite Christian person comes and opens a restaurant next to it. Then a third Israelite Christian person opens a bank, and countless others come. After 30 years, it turns into a small town. But in China, once your business becomes successful, immediately there's one on the left, one on the right, one in front, and one behind.
That's what then took place on YouTube. But see, they're smart, they're intelligent. Let's stay away from him. Let's not argue with him. Let's not fight. Let's not debate. Let's not even entertain that guy. Because as soon as they entertain me, I'm so intelligent. And I've been, monitored by the government for my whole life because my brothers was in the military. They was doing secret stuff and signing my name on government documents. And they've been monitorized. Well, they've been looking at me all my life. I can't use certain words. They don't come out right. So we're not going to use those words. So I believe this is a government experiment. I'm on YouTube. I've been here. And I'm so unafraid to tell the truth and talk and fight and do whatever I do which gains a lot of attention because a lot of people are afraid to do what I do. I'm a martyr for my cause.
So starting a business in China is one of the most competitive markets in the world. And why are Israelite Christian people so wealthy? Let me tell you a story. After you hear it, you'll understand. There's this Israelite Christian businessman who wants to make money flipping coffee beans, but he only has $100. With that, all he can afford is one box of coffee beans. If he sells it, he can make about $50 in profit. Now, most people would try to find a cheaper supplier, make a bit more profit, and slowly build things up.
Slowly build things up. That's what I'm doing, y'all. And I'm waiting on the Lord God of Israel to bless me with my African brothers. That's why I'm an Israelite Christian, because Hebrew Israelites hate African. I'm finna marry an African woman. Seems like I don't hate Africans, right? I'm gonna have African children because I'm gonna marry an African woman from Uganda. Oh, Carl, you crazy. She just taking you, she doing that. I don't believe it.
But this guy, he sets up something really smart and instantly multiplies his value by 100 times. So he buys one box of coffee beans, then goes to a street vendor and says, "This box can sell for $150. I'll give it to you at wholesale price, $100. You can take it right now, but if you wait 7 days to pick it up, I'll give you an extra $10." The vendor hears this and thinks, wait, this is a guaranteed win. If I wait, I make 10 extra. So he agrees to come back in 7 days.
Agrees to come back in 7 days. Do y'all hear the plan? Are you smart enough or intelligent enough to understand that there's a scheme going on here? Somewhat like a Ponzi scheme. I know that's what y'all been saying. This guy running the Ponzi scheme on us. No, Polite ran the Ponzi scheme on you. Israel Doctrine gonna show you what he's doing, and hopefully you will align with Israel Doctrine, and then we can win together. I believe in unity, even with my enemies, because I'm gonna force them to do what they said they're gonna do. You're gonna sign a contract. You break the contract, we're gonna go to court, and I'm gonna get my money, irregardless.
But for the businessman, here's the twist. He just made $100 and the coffee beans are still sitting in his hands. In theory, this box was already sold, but no one else knew, so he repeated the process. Found nearly 1,000 vendors, sold the same box 1,000 times, collected $100 from each, and instantly got $100,000. The next day, he used the $100,000 to purchase goods, and because of the volume, it only cost $60 per unit. Just like that, he transformed from a small vendor into a coffee wholesaler. A business that originally made only tens of dollars was scaled dozens or even hundreds of times through business model design. This is the powerful underlying logic of their business thinking. When others asked how he came up with such a clever method, he said making money is actually the simplest thing in the world. As long as your model is designed well, money will come naturally.
Long as it's designed well, and people then seen my design on YouTube and they just stole it. Bless One and all these people in the dirty section has did their best to emulate the YouTube Street King. Oh, I was on Google Hangout doing stuff because they know the history of me on Google Hangout. I was doing this, I was doing that. You ain't did none of that. You just around here lying to people as if you're the YouTube Street King. You got to fight for the crown if you want the crown. Now, Hassan can kind of argue, well, look what I did, and look Muhammad and all that. That's because all of y'all hooked up with Hassan when I was trying to take him out the game, because y'all have no love for the children. I heard the man say on Queen's Flip Live, just like Khalil Money heard him say on Queen's Flip Live. I took a picture so I can murder the boy. He took a picture so he can murder the boy that Africa Bambaataa date rape. And nobody cares. Even to this day, when people talk about it, they like the hell with that little Hispanic boy. Even Hispanic people doing it. But I'm an Israelite Christian. I believe in the mixed multitude of believers in Christ. And I don't care who or what you are. I'm willing to do my best to fight and try to save you and try to do what needs to be done so you can be saved from the Zulu nation and the black traffickers of youngsters and everything else. Because every day when I go by a TV or something, they talking about a child that been snatched. A child is missing. On my Facebook every day, people posting children missing. But nobody cares about the children. And if we grown-ups don't do nothing about what's going on with the children, when the children get our age, they gonna have to deal with it because nobody will stand up and fight. Martin Luther King died for us. Malcolm X died for us. That we can go vote, we can go do this, we can go do whatever we want to do because they fought for us. But we're so fearful, we won't fight for our children and our grandchildren and stuff. That's not me. I'm going to die for my children and my grandchildren. I'm going to kill for my children and my grandchildren. That they don't have to go through what I had to go through, even though my life is a whole lot more easier than those that grew up in the civil rights days. It ain't been cookie and cream. I'm just one generation away from slavery. Here in America, I'm one generation away, and I understand how y'all payment system and stuff going on over there in Africa. I feel for them brothers when they like, give me some money. Well, get your orphanage or whatever it is. Y'all sit around, watch and listen to me and learn Bible on YouTube. And my YouTube channel will grow. I will make money and I will send you something. See, you need a central location. This is what this story about. The man found out how to centralize all of them things by telling them, hey, look, you're going to get the 100 that you just gave me, and I'm going to give you 10 more if you just wait a little bit. And then he went into business. He made the money. When he made the money, he came back. See, that's problem with the African American community. People make promises and then they stall you out on the promises. They steal the money. Because, see, we got a history of it. People in the South went up north and said they was going to bring heaven back to the South. Heaven never came back to the South. And hell was in the north. And we've been messed up ever since because people went to the north and never came back to the South. When they came back to the South, they brought GD folks and this and that. If they went west, they coming back with Bloods and Crips, this and that. And then they flood southern neighborhoods with Bloods and Crips, and everything is just like Compton or just like Chicago now. And people that grew up in the South know this is what happened, and they let it happen. Like I said, if I would have been up in age and people was bringing drugs and stuff into it's a regular now. Whatever. But I'd have been killing people. I'd have been doing what I could to keep that up out of the neighborhood because I got love for myself and for my family.
One day, the businessman got into Robert's taxi. He asked Robert how much he makes in a day. Robert said if he goes to the airport, he might make more, but generally, he makes $300 to $500 a day. The businessman said, I can help you make over $20000 a day. Robert thought it was unbelievable, but the businessman continued, if you only go to the airport and make 10 trips a day, wouldn't you make over $2000? Robert was confused and asked, How is that possible? The businessman smiled and said, don't worry.
Don't worry. See, this is a story about a man that knows business. I used to get on here arguing, fight with people, and I'd be like, YouTube ain't for this. This is for a business. That's why I always tried to create a debate league. People were so afraid, though, because they knew Israel Doctrine, know his Bible, and we can't compete with him. He'll win every time. Why sit up and debate with him? Because it's economics. People like to see it. You need a hero and an anti-hero. You need a male and a female. You need everything it is needed to make the equation come out proper. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 0 is still 1 because it ain't nothing but the 1. You got to add something to it. You got to bring something to the table. And this right here is attention economics, because you got to get people attention. And like I say, the Bible is the biggest attention grabber in the world. People always asking questions all the time. I was just on Facebook and a woman had a sign up saying, did Yah die? Number one, we got to know who Yah is. Then we can answer the question if Yah died. I would say Yah died in the form of a man when he came to earth and became a man. By the name of Yahshua, Yehoshua, or whatever the Hebrew name for Jesus. Joshua, whatever.
You can cooperate with major hotels and business hotels. These high-end hotels have the most traffic. Once you work with the staff, whenever a guest needs to go to the airport, they'll contact you and you split the profit 20-80. The staff will be willing because they get extra income. This way, you'll have hundreds of customers every day. How could you not get big orders?
How could you not get big orders? You need views. I come on your platform. I bring the drama to your platform. You get entertainment. You get attention. And you make money. And if we talking Bible education, you get money. But I can't talk to no preacher that's out here lying and don't want to be shown to the world that he's out here lying. I'm not lying. I can be shown to the world that I know what I'm talking about.
Robert was excited, but then thought further. How could I handle all of this by myself? The businessman said, you can recruit dozens of drivers, create a group, distribute orders, and split profits 30-70. You might ask, would others agree? Of course. If you normally make $300 and I can help you make over $1,000, would you refuse? Robert nodded excitedly. A few months later, Robert called him and said, you're amazing. I now make over $2,000 every day. Robert asked, how are you so good at this? The businessman said, my family made me read books about human nature from a young age.
Made me read books about human nature. I ain't read books, but I've been watching humans all my life. I'm a very observant person. And I went through life watching white men make money, not to be racist, but Europeans make money, and black men sitting on the bench watching the post office, seeing if they're going to even get some money sent to them through the mail because they done stopped working. And they sitting around waiting for a paycheck. Then I watched my father go to work every day. And we always had money, food, and stuff in the house. We didn't have the biggest house. We didn't have the most money, this and that. But my mama lived good. She didn't complain about nothing because her husband worked and he always had finance. So I observed all of that as a youngster. And I want to teach y'all about what I learned on YouTube about this economic base that I helped create, which is attention economic. You got to give people attention. So if you're talking about a biblical subject that they can learn from, why not sell it to them? Because you're not doing it for money. You just allowing them to put ads on it. And once they put ads on it, you get paid. And talking about the Bible will get your name written in the book of life. Now, I want people around to help me do that because I have the vision. I've been had the vision. But like I said, everybody wanted to dirty up my narrative, so they created a section in YouTube of ignorant black people to attack me, the Bible, and everything. Hebrew Israelites is out here just for that. I can't find a Hebrew Israelite to debate me about even being a Hebrew Israelite. That in itself is a lie. No General Yohanan, no Nathaniel Seven, no Henry Bowie, no Martin Ewan, no other Hebrew Israelites that I know. And I don't. Why? Because I used to be in them circles. They used to think I was a Hebrew Israelite. You never said that. If you ain't heard me say it, you can't say I'm that. You're lying on me. You're bearing false witness. I can go to lawsuits where the paperwork said Israelite Christian because I used to try to keep the feast days, and the job would tell me I couldn't keep the feast days. And they would fire me if I kept them and didn't come to work that day. I told you it's a feast day. I need the day off. So Israelite Christian is in the paperwork because I've always been an Israelite Christian. I've always known who I was. An Israelite that believed on Jesus Christ. The English version. Nothing against the other versions. It's just I speak English. I don't speak Hebrew. I don't speak this. I don't speak that. I had a disdain for that stuff. But now I got a brother coming over by the name of Henry, and he's going to be teaching Hebrew. Now, will I be able to speak Hebrew better than I speak English? Well, I'm a grown person now, and I choose to listen to people now. When I was younger, I had nobody teaching me to listen, and I wasn't listening. I wouldn't listen for nothing because I had no punishment for not listening. I go to school, they'll kick me out, and I'll be at home shooting a shotgun out in the field somewhere, or fishing, or doing whatever I did when I was a youngster. Because I had the freedom to. I love my parents for that. Because my parents were like my God. They let me do what I wanted to do, and I either reap what I sowed, or I didn't reap what I sowed. If I was out doing good or whatever, I got it. If I was out doing bad, maybe I got it. But I ain't never just been out doing bad. I've never received no repercussions, you could say, for doing bad. Now I may have did some things that I shouldn't have did, but that wasn't my intent to do bad. I was just living in the culture that I was living in, and there's certain things we did in the South different than people do up north. Because you can go down the street and people will whoop you, but my parents was so loving, just like they parents. You don't touch my child. Nobody touched me. Nobody taught me. Nobody would reprimand me. Nobody would do the type of things. So I learned something that most children never learn. And one of them is how to get money. Miss Irene, y'all seen her back in the day. Miss Irene is the first lady to ever give me credit. I think I was like 13 or 14. I could go to her, eat all the candy I want, and when I went in my daddy pockets, because that's something I used to do, I get the money and go pay her. It's the truth. If I told you anything else, it's a lie. And I'm not a lie teller. I'm a truth teller. My father kept a pocket full of money and he would go to sleep. And when he go to sleep, I would go to work. Now, that was bad. That was something I did, knowingly did it. Because if he caught me stealing this stuff, he still wasn't gonna whoop me. See, that's what happened when you don't put the rod on a child and teach them the way they should go. But stealing taught me not to steal, so I stopped stealing. Lying taught me not to lie, so I just stopped lying. All you got to do is one time, and you're gonna learn that it's not what you need to do. It's not gonna accomplish what you want. But once again, I'm here teaching you biblical education and how to make money with your help. I'm teaching you how to help me so I can help you. So as the people like to say, help me, help you. Comment under the videos, ask me questions so I can get the information and go make another lesson afterwards. But if you don't ever talk to me, I don't know what you need to know. But I got one of my siblings, my oldest sister. Her name is YouTube Street Big Mama. YouTube Street Big Mama. I think she loved the show we did the other day. We did the show the other day. Now she want to know about Jesus' sacrifice and everything. And I got a tremendous lesson to teach it. And when she get time, because she's somewhat retired, like I'm disabled, somewhat retired, we're going to be on YouTube. We're going to be putting out so much biblical education that you can't help but learn, and we can't help but make money. Now, you can be a part of it, or you can try to fight it. I ain't going to talk to you. I'm not going to worry about you hating. I'm going to laugh at you and make money. Then one day I'm going to come online and I'm going to spread the dollar bills in front of your face and say, look what I made off of you hating. You could have been participating. But that's it, y'all. I appreciate those that have watched, minute, whatever it is. Your time is valuable to me. Like my time is valuable to me. I ain't trying to waste your time. I'm not trying to waste my time. I'm not a vain person. I don't do nothing for nothing. So I would like to also tell y'all that if you ain't got no YouTube channel, go get you a Google account and get you a YouTube channel. Start you a YouTube channel, come talk to me, and I'll work with you. I'll show you how to do it. There's a formula that you got to follow. If you follow the right formula, you can be making money soon. A lot of people don't know the formula because they ain't been around and they ain't been talking and stuff. I've been in the back rooms with people talking. I am a partner with Iman Gassi. Those that know Iman Gassi know already. He's a counselor. He's this, that. I'm working with him. Learning a lot. That's why I just gave you that story I just gave you. But time's up, people. I've been here 30 minutes. I got to get up off of here. I appreciate the views to listen. I appreciate all the comments when y'all leave them at the bottom of the video. I would love to hear what you have to say about what I had to say. Y'all have a nice day. Haters keep hating. Give me the attention I want. I'm out. Peace.